Hello, welcome to Animes. Another weekly roundup of anime figure pre-orders this week. Some figures, not too many, so it should be quite a short video. Comment, like, and subscribe for this continuation of this weekly series and for future unboxing videos, as I've got quite a few figures to obviously get through. That just backlog, unfortunately. Let me know if I should do just like one long video, maybe just try and catch up. If you'd be interested in that. Just one long video of me does some boxing, say 3 or 4 figures at once. Comment below if that's something that you would be interested in, rather than individual videos for each one. But yeah, we'll get straight on into the figures that are released for pre-orders. These are all scale figures. The NSFW figures will be not in the description down below, but the rest of the figures will be in the description down below. Also, Patrons down there, which has videos I upload my fully uncensored reviews of there, which is free, so you can just check it out if you want to. There's only a couple of videos on there at the moment. It's just obviously a bit harder to get around to doing uncensored video, although the majority of the next lot of figures are all cast-off figures, so there should be more coming up there over the next few months. Multiple ones a month I should be doing. So let's get straight into the figures. They're up for a pre-order this month. This week, sorry, past week. DS Mile, original character, Lolly, clothed only version 1/6 by Rocket Boy, 28,600 yen, July 2026. So Rocket Boy normally do cast off figures. This one is a this one cannot be cast off. But yeah, it's just a cute bunny figure. Quite like the hair sculpting. The suit's actually quite nicely done, and I do like the leggings as well, with the sort of top of the tights sort of fabric rather than the actual tight material being there, so it's a bit more interesting, at least a bit more different. The little top hat and the ears are quite nice, cute as well. Yeah, just a pretty cute bodysuit figure for a bit on the pricier side, but it is a 1/6 scale. If she was 1/5, probably be a bit better for nearly 30,000 yen. Then we got Goddess of Victory Nikkei, Marciana, School Days Court Scale by Freeing, 44,000 yen, July 2026. It's one of the rare figures where Freeing does not do a B-style figure. But yes, she's in like an office outfit, I guess you could say. Do like the hair shading on this one a lot more. They've definitely seemed to have at least improved in their hair shading quality over the past year or so. The sculpting of her skin looks fine. The outfit looks fine. Obviously, she's got a pretty short skirt, semi-translucent shirt. Hair sculpting looks really good. The sneakers as well, or trainers that she's got wearing on, are pretty nicely detailed as well, actually. So that's a nice touch. And the skirt is very nicely sculpted and painted as well, actually, for the sort of, denim jean kind of aesthetic they've got going on there for the fabric. It looks kind of like, but yeah, and the stomach piercing, actually. So good, relatively good torso sculpt, although it's probably a bit on the more basic side. But apart from that, it's a very nice Goddess of Victory Nikkei figure, I think, for court scale enjoyers out there. And she won't take up tons of vertical space, but she will take up a lot of shelf space, unfortunately, with that hair going way off to the right hand side of this figure. Although you'll probably have her in this position where the hair's going to go deep, so that you'll have a lot more depth to take up, and maybe not so much width, depending on how you want to display her. Maybe you want to have her display her like that, or have her more side on like this, but then she's not looking at you. So normally you would have to have the face looking to you from the shelf perspective. So yeah, she'll probably be quite deep, but not as wide. Then we got Expelled from Paradise, Angela Balzac, 1/8 by Alphamax, 17,920 yen. 1/8 is a bit on the small side. I don't really like 1/8. 1/7 is kind of the smallest I like to go to these days. But yeah, it's Alphamax. Looks like they're doing a pretty okay job on the hair sculpting. Is interesting. I think her hair looks fine. Shading is a bit basic, just sort of yellows and oranges and browns. Body sculpt, simple pose. The outfit, so the sci-fi and all the armaments and that lot are finely sculpted. A bit on the sort of very clean side, I would say. They've not done, tons of skin shading like at the knee joints or anything like that. So it's definitely a very basic overall paint job, I'd say. But it is, you know, sub 20,000 yen, but it is 1/8 as well. And it's from a popular, relatively popular series. I've not watched it yet, but like the core scale of her from Freeing that was released like 4-5 years ago does sell for quite a bit in the aftermarket. Although that's obviously got re-released recently, so if you missed out on that, you can at least get her for a good price now. But yeah, she looks fine overall. Then we got a Happy New Year kimono version on 7th by A Dimension, 16,440 yen. January 2027 for this one. Kimonos, this one's a bit more of a simple design of a kimono. There's not tons of folds that we've seen with other kimonos. It looks like, apart from in the hand positions, with the elbows being at 90 degrees, there's going to be some creases there in the kimono, but the rest of the kimono is just pretty flat. Even on the back side here, between from her rear end down to the feet, there's only a couple of basic folds, and you're not really looking at that side anyways. You're looking at the front, so she looks a lot flat, not a lot of depth. Eyes look good, and the hair shading looks pretty good. The paint jobs look good with the pink strands. Not really any shading, but it's dark purple, so it's hard to do shading without, you know, doing lots of blacks in there for shadowing. Yeah, simple figure, but it is a okay price, 16,000 yen for a relatively simple figure. So she's a cute figure anyways, at least in kimono. Then we've got the one I think most people are going to be excited for. High School DxD Kaneko. Bunny version, second version, quarter scale by Freeing, 39,600 yen, July 2026. It's Kaneko. We don't get a lot of Kaneko figures, so this is going to be like an auto buy for obviously for me, since we've got Zenobia, which I pre-ordered as well from last week. Pre-ordered this one, so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting her. She's not my favourite girl from High School DxD, to be honest, with her being, you know, less stout in the chest area, but it's a simple bunny suit just like the other one, so at least they'll match, and the shoe matches the hair shading at least anyways. Simple figure. I think just if you're a High School DxD fan, you're going to be buying this one anyways, so if you're not a High School DxD fan, you're not going to even give this one a second thought, which I completely understand. You might get Rios, you might get I've got an Akano, but apart from the two main girls from High School DxD, you're probably not interested in the other girls. But if you're a big High School DxD fan, then you're probably going to get all of them, which I am. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm a completionist like this, for this series at least. And then we've got Blue Archive Kana, swimsuit version 1/7 by Max Factory, 21,800 yen, for February 2027. Okay, so this is Max Factory. I'm expecting good, hopefully good results. She is extremely clean in the paint lines, so I don't think there's going to be any issue there. Hair shading, almost non-existent. Hair sculpting is good and a bit more impressive. The flotation ring is good, accurate. I like the pull rope strands as well on there. You don't normally see that with accessories, especially with flotation rings. They generally go simplify it, should I say, the design. Swimsuit, very simple. Jacket, definitely a better. You can see the zip as well. Looks like that might even be molded on, and the inside fabric of the jacket as well is molded and painted. Armband is a nice touch. The jacket, all the creases in the jacket look really good and pretty realistic for the way it's sitting on her body. And on her arms, the facial expression is quite nice as well, if you like that sort of angry facial expression. She looks good, cute overall, pretty nice figure, but definitely a bit more on the safe side, with it just being a very clean figure. Then we got Azure Lane Owari Anime Expo 2024 version, 1/7 by Clanau, 26,120 yen, August 2026. I'm pretty sure I covered this before, but I'll cover her again anyways. Very nice design. I like this design of Owari. Obviously I like the facial expression as well. The blush as well is really nice touch. Owari has that a lot as well, where you only see one eye, which I quite like. That her fringe is covering half her face. Definitely gives it a bit more mystery, I guess you could say. Very well endowed in the assets area. Body sculpt looks really good. Tanned as well, so that's just another bonus. Massive blonde hair, sort of twin tails going everywhere, so sculpting looks really good on those. Paint job might be a bit washed out in this lighting. There's some shading you can see at the twist and knots, but not so much as you get further down the actual twin tails, so that's a bit lacking. I like the jacket, or at least these sleeves, not really jacket, these leather sleeves look pretty good, nice and realistic. The one fishnet is nice and looks like they're sculpted into the leg as well. Boots look really nicely painted. Yeah, very nice Owari figure. She looks really good, really sexy, very nice looking figure. I just hope, I probably would hold off and see if people get this in the MFC, and what the detailing on like these twin tails that are coming down the sides. If there's good amount of shading there for you, then you can get them. If there's almost no shading there, then I would probably give it a miss, to be honest, because the hair is a bit flat in areas. There's some depth in some areas, and some then got like a lack of attention in other areas, which is a bit worrying, unfortunately, from Buzz Clanel. So they've been around for a while, but yeah, it looks like overall very nice figure. Though it's just the little nitpicks really there. Personally, if you're not too worried about shading in it, realistic shading in it, in all the areas, then you're perfectly fine. Everything else about the figure is great. Then we've got Gal Anne Chachot to Harem Office. Red suit version, wholesome version. Won 7th by Dai Kogyo, 18,820 yen. Just a very well endowed office lady, basically. Massive rack, massive posterior area section, blonde hair, very short business suit with a red jacket. So very simple, just full sex appeal figure. Then they also do a cast off version as well for the same price, so I think most people would be buying this one if they wanted the cast off version anyways. Yeah, she looks good, simple, not too much in the hair shading or anything like that. She's just a very sexy looking figure, office lady, office girl. Yeah, and then fully cast off obviously if you remove her outfit. So very well, yeah. Body sculpting looks really good as well here, actually. So yeah, pretty nice looking figure overall. Yeah, I do like it as well. Maybe a bit large in the chest area, but I'm not too bothered about that personally. And then they do a grey suit version, basically the same, just grey suit rather than red suit. Again, with a wholesome version, and then the cast-off version for the same price. Coming out in July 2026. Then we got Niji Sanji Nue Saucier on the 7th by Furyu, 24,750 yen, October 2026. I like this outfit. It gives me Megumin vibes from Konosuba in terms of the colorway and sort of just a very much more grown up and sexy version of her outfit, I guess you could say. I think it's the big hat, obviously, definitely gives it away, that sort of vibe. But yeah, really nice looking figure design. Just a very sexy sort of wizard, sorceress with the big hat. Obviously, the bigger the hat, the more impressive, and the more powerful she is. Probably the bigger her opais are, the more powerful she is as well. Yeah, I like the facial expression, just a very sexy figure. Looks fine. I don't watch Niji Sanji, but treat this as an OC. She looks really good. Then we've got Girls Frontline STAR 15 by Falion, which is a manufacturer I've actually not come across before. 26,640 yen, coming out in July 2026. The hair sculpting is... So starting top, hair sculpting looks pretty good. Looks like they've put a bit more effort into sculpting a more individual strands, especially obviously on the fringe area. Having the sort of highlight here on the one bang is a bit interesting. Maybe it's to reflect like the color of her jacket potentially. Jacket looks pretty cute. Outfit looks cute as well. The one full length legging is interesting design as well. Very clean though, very minimal shading. The jacket's got the most shading out of anything. Even the hair's got like no shading on it. So apart from that, just a very clean figure with, you know, a well shaded jacket. To be honest, don't play Girls Went Line, and I'm not very familiar. Don't know anything about this manufacturer, so I don't know their track history. Then we got to Snowbreak Containment Zone Marianne Radiant. Sunkiss version 1/6 by Mirai, which again is another manufacturer I've not come across. 21,780 yen, October 2026. I wonder if these like Chinese manufacturers, they're just spinning up more shops, more like studios, manufacturers, so they can sort of get around tariffs and things like that. I don't know. Maybe some of them are getting shut down or whatnot over there. Yeah, 21,780 yen, October 2026. Pretty sexy swimsuit figure design, really, at the end of the day. Like the outfit. Like the hair shading and sculpting as well is extremely nice. Body sculpting and shading is basic. Like there's not tons of definition in the elbow joints and the knee joints. Or the torso, really. This sort of shiny bit between the fabric is obviously painted on. I think that's supposed to represent. It looks like you can see there's supposed to be some sort of fabric or something that goes around boobs and touches her stomach. So it's a bit weird design, I think, for that kind of aesthetic. And you get sort of like this eye mask or face mask as well option. If you want to display her like that. She looks fine overall. I just don't play this game, so I'm not too familiar with this character. But I do. The design's interesting. Just the body sculpt is a bit basic. Then we go Blue Archive Nero, school version on 7th by Fat Company, 24,000 yen. December. Cute school outfit design. Nothing too lacking. The jacket's nicely shaded. So is the bag. The sculpting on there looks perfectly fine. Facial expression looks fine. Hair looks good. Multiple faceplates as well, actually. Yeah, pretty bog standard figure. 24,000 yen. She looks fine. Then we go to Kadekol Fate Grand Order Archer / Durga 1/7 by Kadekawa, 29,500 yen for September 2026. This one, I do like the weapon armaments, so I can definitely understand the higher price in here. The hair sculpting as well, also warranting the higher price, with it just going over all this weapon ring around her. The base is a blood base, so that's interesting. Definitely not your bog standard black disc. Yeah, very nice figure actually, I think, and priced pretty good for 30,000 yen, I think, for the detail that they've got going on here. The outfit looks really good. The gold sculpting looks fine. The body pose is obviously a bit basic, but like the red sculpting from her hands going up the arm, but it fades to her skin tone. Very nice. Yeah, very definitely puts across the blood message. Yeah, very nice looking figure actually. I think very good. Probably worth getting a hold of if you're a big Fate Grand Order figure collector. Then we've got Fate Grand Order Foreigner / Abigail Williams, 1/7. Single shipment for this one by Alta, 33,230 yen, January 2027. This one has a lot going on. Like octopus tentacles and these weird crosses all over the place. A lot of detail going on. Hat. Body sculpting as well, actually. If I can get close up, here we go. That torso sculpting, immaculate, I would say. It puts across how skinny she is. You can see a lot more bone structure, rib structure, and the stomach would actually form that way for this body build that she's rocking. Yeah, like the outfit, obviously very skimpy and very lolly-esque, but the face is very dark and very very scary. Yeah, a very scary but still seductively attractive figure. I like the skin tone as well. Sort of that grey palette is quite nice with the grey hair or white hair that she's got going on, compared to obviously the black these weapons and tentacles and crosses around her, and then you got some highlights of yellow and reds throughout as well. So very interesting design. I think you could look at it all day and pick different things out from it. So yeah, very nice looking figure. Alta, I think, have outdone themselves with this one as well. They're very interesting design for Fate Grand Order figure. Then we go to Goddess of Victory Nikkei Drake Villain Racer 1/6 by Kawa Design. 15,940 yen. Good price. This is the regular version. So I've not seen the other version yet, so that might come out in the future. But I do like the rail. It's very nicely weathered. You got patina, rust marks. The sign looks pretty good. Pavement looks perfectly fine as well. The concrete looks nicely detailed. She looks nicely detailed. I like the body sculpting. Again, that stomach torso is very nicely done here. You've got actual muscle definition, unlike a couple of the other figures that are pretty flat. So, and you've actually got definition like shaded in as well for the muscle groups. Hair shading sculpting is fine. You got some at least gradient going to the tips where it darkens. Like the jacket, it's not the best jacket. It's a pretty simple jacket design compared to the other figures, which have got, I would say, better sculpting and painting on those. But I think as part of the overall design, it does fit in. Yeah, I like the outfit. Yeah, very nice looking figure. I think the railing is a very nice bonus. The body sculpting is really good. I like the facial expression that she's got in, and the design of the outfit as a whole looks good. It's just not, the best painted, but with it being all black, I can give them a bit of a pass there. But it's very clean, very nice looking figure. All the details look great, and the price looks really good as well for the for a 1/6 scale. So definitely worth getting a hold of, I think, if this is a character you enjoy from Goddess of Victory Nikkei. Now into the adult figures. Just 2 this week, unfortunately, up for pre-order. We've got the DS Mile Original Lolly 1/6. This is the cast-off version by Rocket Boy for 30,900 yen. So it's a bit more expensive, but it's what you pay for. July 2026. Same figure, obviously, just with a cast-off option. Here we go. So the full birthday suit on display. That's about it, really. I think the hand, and a different hand option as well. She's obviously holding up her suit there, or pinching it, and then she's got just fully out on display for about 2,000 yen more. Potential worth getting hold of. Depends if you prefer if you're going to display a cast off or not. That's probably a body swap, I'd expect. Interchangeable body parts, body and left arm. Yeah, so it's a body swap. So the feet and legs and the head will be what swaps over for the torso and the left arm. So yeah, pretty interesting figure. As I said before, she's a cute figure, and they give you a cast off option if you do want to display her cast off. And then we've also got a binding figure. Creator's Opinion Shizune Hisaka PE uniform version. Quarter scale, 44,000 yen. July 2026. Okay, so this is a Neko character. I really like the hair shading. The blue looks really nice, and the highlight on the fringe is really nicely done, and on the ears. Yep, very nice looking figure. Like the tail. The sculpt work in the I would say sculpt work. This is a fabric, so the shirt and shorts are removable fabric. You do have to be wary with that. Paint transfer is going to be a lot more easily done with a fabric material than an actual painted material for casting off. So you do have to be a bit wary of that. Obviously, you can just lift up the shirt and have her opeyes on display. And yeah, there's a removable section for underwear if you take the shorts off, obviously. So yeah, a bit more interesting and fully cast off the shirt area. She looks fine. I think potentially worth getting hold of if you really like Neko themed figures as well. It's just you'd want to wash the outfit, the cloth material, a couple times just to try and get that sort of dye, at least any transfer dye, as much reducing that likelihood as much as possible. Especially if they sit on the figure for a long time, and obviously temperature fluctuations, and you might move them, nudge it a bit in pieces. That will then encourage paint transfer anyways over time, even if it's just resting on the figure, unfortunately. Whereas at least with plastic suits from one where if they're paint, as long as they're not moving too much and rubbing against the painted skin, that's where you actually get paint transfer a lot more with actual physical removable clothing that's plastic, rather than fabric. So it's there's advantages and disadvantages to both, unfortunately. So it's just kind of depends on your past experience. If you're a long-time collector, you kind of know the where it is. I don't own any figures that have fabric parts yet, so I've not come across that. I've been quite lucky with just the figures I have that are plastic, removable cast-off pieces. But that does it for this week of Amy figure pre-orders. Comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know if you want me to do just a long video of unboxing video of a bunch of my figures to reduce my backlog, and then I can do individual reviews of them uncensored on my Patreon. So again, check out the Patreon. It's free, no monthly subscription. There is a monthly tier, but I've not. As I said, it's free to sign up, and the videos will be available for free for at least until I update that in the future. But that is it, and I think obviously the favourite for me, anyways, is getting Kaneko quarter scale, and I will be hunting down the first version of her in the future as well, because I'd like to have both versions. I've already got Rias both versions, need to get Akeno both versions, and I'd like to get obviously Kaneko as well, the first version. But yeah, pretty interesting week. Just a pretty standard, I would say, week from pre-orders this week. And that does it. I shall catch you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.